Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome to Tiger TV.
This is Mike White with Coaches Talk. We're here today with head football coach of the Ripley High School Tigers, Coach Justin Cruz. Coach, thanks for being with us.
It's great to be here.
Well, it's always great the week after a win, especially after a big district win last Friday night. And that was a big win for us. It got us turned around, got us on the right track. And tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the game. We did some different things, especially offensively, we hadn't been doing in the past. And, whatever we did well, it worked out well because we came away with a big win.
Yeah, going to the bye week, sometimes you got a lot of time to take some time and break some stuff apart and reevaluate some things. It's funny because there was a fan on the way out that was talking about the stuff we did different, and she was very nice, and she was like, I liked what you guys did tonight and the way you guys coached and whatnot. And I was like, well, as a kid, when they played well, and she goes, well, you guys did a good job too. I said, I appreciate that. So sometimes you just got to reevaluate some things when you get some time. And the bye week's not just a time for the kids to take a breath. It was us too. But like I said, when you're not having to deep dive into someone else's game stuff yet, you can take that week and just look in the mirror and look at yourself and what's going on and reevaluate personnel. And I thought the coaches did a good job, assistants breaking down some parts to our own team and seeing where we could put some kids in a better place to be more successful since the seasons went on. You got a good look at what they could and couldn't do and what they were good at so far. Sammy Smith going into quarterback, and I thought he played extremely well. I told him after the game how proud I was of him, and I meant that. I thought that he did a phenomenal job, and it started right out the gate. Bad snap or right through his hands, whatever, and he doesn't waver. He's looking to pick the ball up, make a play, and he did. I mean, he opened up the game right out of the gate with a big play off of a broken play, and it's great to have that. Back there in the backfield, I thought defensively we played well, but for the most part, I thought the defense has played pretty well most of the year. I think most of our shortcomings on defense for most games would come if they wore down. They're out there long enough, they're going to give up something, especially being as young as they are. But I was proud of those guys. Of course, our rushing attack, there was a lot of people getting involved. We didn't have anybody that stood out as far as crazy. Actually, Sammy, because that first big run finished the night with 91 yards and a touchdown. But, we didn't have anybody, one person that they could key on because we was getting the ball around so much. But I was very proud of the kids. They did a good job of picking that up, and it's definitely something we're going to hang on to moving forward and try to build on.
And, we y'all made some changes at quarterback by putting Hearn in wide receiver spot, and man, he made a great catch, took a heck of a hit, and then scored a touchdown off of it.
Yeah, I've said it all year. Josh is a phenomenal athlete. He can help us in so many different ways, and him going out to receiver, he blocks really well, and not to mention that his route running is probably some of the best on the team, and he's just a tough kid. I know he's not big in stature, but he plays bigger than what he is, and I think that play was just an example of that. He had great focus, seeing the ball in. It was a good throw, good timing. He took a lick, held on to it, just rolled right off, and never, checked up. So I think it just shows what he can do. It was just funny because Coach Blake was actually going into the game planning on using all three quarterbacks and giving them a chance to, run this new stuff what we're doing. And it was kind of Josh's time in the rotation, and he came over to Coach and was like, he said, "You're going in and doing this." He goes, "Me?" He said, "Yeah." He goes, "Coach, I don't think that's a good idea. They're doing a good job. I feel like I can help the team better where I'm at. Just keep letting them do what they're doing." So I thought it was very mature of him, and it makes sense why the team voted him as a captain at the beginning of the year, because that's his team mindset's just always about.
Yeah, it's a team player that will do that, go where he can help the team most. And, of course, we had, a lot of very solid performances by a lot of people on offense. You mentioned Sammy Smith and, of course, Omarion and, just a whole bunch of them. And then on defense, we had some really good standouts. Of course, Austin Thompson made some big plays there on defense, and Taylor Carney always makes them. Deloach, just, it was a team effort.
Yeah, I think that was the end of the day. Looking back, it was really a team win because we affected the game in all phases, executed well what we were trying to do, blocked the punt, actually ended up in a score. So we had planned on doing that all week. It was kind of funny because Coach Bird told the kids that if somebody would block a punt, that he'd buy them a steak, and then they could sit and eat it in the cafeteria in front of everybody, just because he'd do it himself. So it was pretty cool to see that, because the kid who blocked it, Marjay Barr, was really excited, and now he's going to get to the state actually tomorrow.
So it wasn't the whole team; it was just the individual player.
Yeah, it was just him. Yeah, it was. He said he's going to let him sit and eat it in the cafeteria.
Well, that's pretty good. Yeah, now I'm going to have to challenge Coach Bird. The next time that happens, he feeds the whole team steak.
Yeah, well, that'd be pretty cool, but Coach Bird might not agree to that.
Well, we're going to put him on the spot and try to goad him into it at least. But how's practice been this week as we prepare for Martin Westview coming into town? What has practice been good? How are we as healthy as we have been? What's the situation there?
Well, we got some bad injury news, I guess. We got Terrion Curry back, which is a positive. The negative is that we found out that Connor Mooney is going to be done for the year. He went back to his doctor's appointment to get checked out. He's our big junior lineman, but the doctor said it wasn't healing the way he liked to, and he was going to shut him down for the rest of the year. So just have to have some kids, keep doing what they've been doing the last few weeks without him. But yeah, I think it's been a good week of practice. I think what's aided that is one, that you come off of a win. Anytime you do that's good. But two, there's been a renewed sense of vigor because, the kids found out that we're still in the hunt for a 2 seed in the playoff, and which I wouldn't have believed it going into that game that we'd have come out really in a really good situation to possibly host a playoff game still. But if we could win out, there's a good chance we could win the tiebreakers because it'll be a 3-way tie for second place due to Dyersburg beating Millington last week. And then I think we would get the tiebreakers based on that. So with that said, the kids have gotten really excited because they, I guess you say, see a light at the end of the tunnel and got some new breath about them.
Well, and looking at Martin Westview, of course, the team you're probably very familiar with, and I know you've been up and watched them during the open date week. And we know they're a solid team, well coached. But what do you know specifically about them that you've been preparing for?
Well, number 17 is a ball player. I mean, he's the best player, athlete on their team, in my opinion. Him and 35. 35 plays middle linebacker. He's their all-state linebacker. I think he posted some ridiculous stat in the last game, like 30 tackles in one game. He's a great kid. It's kind of funny. I've known the kid since he was a baby because of his father. His dad, Brian Smith, is the local physical therapist in town and has a business there, the Sideline. Most people know up at Martin. But yeah, Brian's done a great job raising him. He's a fine young man. He's a good kid, and tell you what, he's a heck of a ball player, and we got to block him. You don't block him, he's going to cause problems all night. And 17 on offense, Quincy, he offers a lot of problems in many different ways because he can run the ball really effectively from Wildcat quarterback. They can put him back foot at running back, but In the pass game, he's a threat because he's a tall, long kid and really goes up and gets it and has a lot of speed. So we have to really take him out of the equation in the pass game if we want a chance to do something positive on defense. And then they have a little feisty running back. You know, there's this number 8 kid, a little white kid that really gets after it. He didn't pop on film early on. We had some early films, but it looked like due to an injury they had went to him. And I tell you, against Huntington, I think he rushed for like 250 yards.
Wow.
And he was just really torching them. Good vision. He's explosive. So, you know, we got to shut down 17, 35, and 8. And if we do that, we have a really good chance of winning the game.
What kind of offense do they line up in?
Same as last year. They're spread. Do a lot of similar things they did when Ty was there last year when they won the state championship. Defensively, I think they'll be in a 4-2-5 look. You know, it's nothing we haven't seen. We just have to go out and execute. That's the big thing in this game. You can't beat yourself. You got to go force the issue a little bit and force some turnovers on offense to give your offense some extra opportunities.
Well, Coach, I want to wish you the very best of luck in tonight's game. I know it's not a district game, but it can come into play as far as the tiebreakers go. And, you know, anytime, as I've heard you say many times, anytime they're keeping score, we want to win. So good luck tonight, and let's go beat the Chargers.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Coach.
Number 5, Taylor Carney, a senior. Wide receiver, number 22, Terrence Hunter. Wide receiver, number 11, J.Q. Hurdle, sophomore. And number 8, wide receiver, Josh Hearn, a junior. Running back, number 1, May J. Barbie. Quarterback, number 2, Sammy Smith, a sophomore. On defense, the defensive ends are number 59, Octavian Thomas, again a senior. Defensive end, Morgan Simpson, a junior. Nose guard, number 75, Raymond Brown. And actually, I think they did switch. I think he had an injured back, and so I think one of the Simpsons is actually going to move down to nose guard tonight. Outside linebacker, number 7, sophomore, Austin Thompson. Number 2, Sammy Smith, is also the outside linebacker. The middle linebackers are number 32, Mason DeLoach, he's a sophomore, and the leading tackler on the team. Middle linebacker is number 5, Taylor Carney. He's a senior, and he's creeping up on the tackles. The corners are number 11, J.Q. Hurdle, a sophomore. Number 15, Joseph Hawkins, a senior. Free safety is number 20, Kobe Mainers. And strong safety, a sophomore, number 1, Marjay Barbie. So again, this is Mike White here bringing you all the live action as Ripley is going to be hosting Martin Westview. Again, we're waiting on and missing Tracy Crazy Horse Henson. You look for him to be back anytime, or I hope he will be anyway. We are getting ready for the captains to take the center field. The captains for Ripley are number 5, Taylor Carney, number 20, Kobe Mainers, number 22, Terrence Hunter, and number 59 for the Tigers, who is Octavian Thomas. So the captains are meeting at the middle of the field. The head coaches for Martin Westview is Gerard Neal. The assistants are Logan Callens, Matt McCassell, Caleb Cox, Galen Hollingsworth, Dan Skates, Zach Jones, Ryan Reynolds, and Wade Morgan. And it appears that Ripley has won the toss. And they are going to defer to the second half, so they'll be kicking and going on defense to start. Got a great crowd here tonight, and Martin brought a good crowd as well. Of course, Martin is where Coach Cruz, Coach Stegall, and Coach Garner are from. They all went to Martin and played football up there. So they have a lot of connections, obviously.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready for football.
We're just about ready for kickoff. The Ripley football team is lining up behind their helmet, as well as Martin Westview behind their banner on the far side. And we've got the Tiger line, a group of students that are lined up for the players to run through. And Martin Westview takes the field. And here come the Ripley Tigers. I don't know who that cheerleader was out there leading them out, but she's very athletic. Bunch of backwards flips. Give a shout out to my mom, Joyce Dunaway. She's always listening. Again, a shout out to Danny Glass and Tracy Crazy Horse Henson. If he's listening, a shout out to you. We're just about ready for kickoff time. Not sure if we have some malfunction with the scoreboard or not. It's not lit up yet. See Coach McCorkle, he's over there assisting Todd White with the clock, but I don't know how much luck they're actually having. But they'll get it figured out. I've got confidence in them. So again, Ripley will be kicking off. They'll be kicking from the south to the north. Some great games around West Tennessee. The one that stands out to me would be the Covington-Haywood game. That'll be a huge game around West Tennessee. Two of the premier programs around this part of the country. All right, I think they got the scoreboard up and going. Hendricks, I believe, will be kicking off for the Tigers, number 26. He usually does. And that appears to be the case. He'll be kicking from the far hash mark. Again, from what I understand, talking to Coach Shipley, Coach Bruce, or other blast from the past, if we win out these next two games, we could still, by tiebreakers, we could end up second in the district and host a playoff game. If we lose them both, we'll still be in the playoffs, but we'll be a number 4 seed. And if we split them, my understanding is we'll be a 3 seed. So the Tigers are in the playoffs, just a matter of where they're going to be. But tonight will go a long way in determining that. As Hendricks is just about a 3-step drop away from the ball, and we're almost ready, waiting for the referee. And here it is, kickoff time in Tiger Town. Ball taken at the 30, or check that 20, across the 25, the 30, the 35, and gets out to the 40 before he's brought down as he crosses the 40 around the 43-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 in Martin Westview to start this game off.
11 minutes and 54 seconds in this first quarter left. The Chargers will have a first down.
So it'll be first and 10 for the Chargers at their own 42-yard line. Again, we're coming to you live from Tiny Stadium, Jim Fitzhugh Field, and Don Paris press box. Spread for the Chargers. Quarterback in shotgun formation, hands the ball to his running back going off right tackle, and a decent hole over. Looks like he picks up 4 or 5. Crosses the 45 to around the 46-yard line. So it'll be about a 4-yard pickup. It'll be second down 6. Westview with 2 wide left, 2 wide to the right. Shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a low snap, hands it off to his running back going to the other side, and a very short gain this time, maybe 1 or 2. It's going to bring up third for the Martin Westview Chargers.
Third down 3.
Same formation. We anticipate them being in most of the night, 2 wide to either side. Trying to pull the Tigers off. Didn't work. Quarterback looks to the sideline to get the call. Here's a snap, and he hands it to the running back, and he stopped short. He may have gained a yard or a half yard. He's still shy of the 50, and he had to get to the 48, so it's going to bring up 4th and 2. Great opening defensive stand by the Ripley Tigers. And I'll give you a little heads up tonight. Look for Ripley to throw some deep balls early in this game. Coach Stegall said he was going to air a couple out Said it wouldn't be the first play on offense, but it wouldn't be long, so they want to fill them out a little bit and then toss one down the field and see what happens. 10:19 to go on the game clock, first quarter, no score, and Martin Westview's going for it, and the quarterback is direct snap to him, and he gets the first down as he crosses the 50 and gets down to the 46-yard line, and that'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for Martin Westview as they went for it on a 4th and 2. They brought a different quarterback in, kind of I guess more of a running quarterback, and snapped it directly to him. He went right up the gut and picked up the first down. 2 wide to either side. Quarterback drops straight back, wants to throw, looking to his right, looking, throwing long downfield. He's got a man, and he's just going to walk into the end zone. Had way too much, gave him too much room, obviously. That being said, it was a perfectly thrown ball. If it had been underthrown a little bit, we might have had a shot at it, but it was perfectly thrown, and he had a couple of steps on our defensive back, and he goes into the end zone without being touched. So with 9:42 to go in the first, Martin Westview jumps on top 6-0 as they get ready for their point after. Snap, the hold, the kick up, and it is good. So with 9:42 to go, it is 7-0 Martin Westview over Ripley. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be right back. 9:42 to go in the first. Ripley trails 7-0 as Westview took the opening kickoff. Ripley got them into a 4th and 2. They went for it and made it, and then hit a long ball, or caught a long pass down the near sideline to get into the end zone. So now Ripley will be on the receiving end of the kickoff. Back deep for the Tigers is going to be Mainers number 20 and number 22, Terrence Hunter, 2 speedsters back there. Austin Thompson the third and Marjay Barbie stand at the 30. The other deep backs stand just inside their own 20. Smith and DeLoach stand about the 35. And here's the kick. Not a real long kick. It's going to be taken by Marjay in a fair, or did it go out of bounds? I guess it went out of bounds. Or no, I guess it was caught and fair catch called for by Marjay Barbie. So Ripley will have the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line to start this offensive series, the first of the game for the Tigers. 9:41 to go in the first. Ripley's first offensive play. Sammy Smith in at quarterback. Omarion Pitts stands to his right. Terrence Hunter split wide left. Another wide out split to the right. Can't see his number from here. Maybe Mainers. Here's a high snap, and he's going to go all the way back inside the 10. Sammy Smith's going to pick it up. He's going to try to do something with it, but he's going to be hit back inside the 10 at around the 8-yard line. So Ripley's going to lose about 15, 16 yards on the opening snap. It was almost deja vu. Last Friday night we had an opening snap that the quarterback didn't handle, or went over his head or a little high, whatever it was. He picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown, but we're in about a 2nd down and 26 now, it looks like. Smith takes a snap. He rolls to his right. He's wanting to throw. He throws into the flat and overthrows his intended receiver. And Coach Cruz told me that, of course, this is his only 2nd game to be a quarterback in, and he said he's got really good arm strength. Said he's not going to probably underthrow anybody. He may overthrow some, but he said I'd rather him be overthrown than underthrown, because underthrown you're more likely to get a pick. But it's going to bring up 3rd and 26 now for Ripley. Ball is at their 8-yard line. 8:59 on the first quarter clock. Westview on top 7-0. Smith takes a snap. He hands it off to Omarion, who goes off the right side for maybe a yard or two, not much. It's going to be 4th and long. So Ripley in a punting situation. Number 8, Josh Hearn's going to be standing back deep in his own end zone to punt this ball away. This would be a time to get a great punt. Because they're not expecting a long punt because they're only standing back. Well, now he's backing up a little more. He was at the 30. Now he still only backs up to around the 40. Good snap. Well, it's almost blocked. He gets it away, and it takes a good Tiger roll and rolls almost to the 50, about the 49-yard line. So Westview will have the ball at the Tiger 49-yard line to start this second offensive series in this game for them.
Westview Chargers will take over 1st and 10. Mary's Chapel Baptist Church fed the players tonight. We certainly appreciate that from Mary's Chapel Baptist Church. Kissels has provided some food for the press box as well. We thank Kissels very much.
Westview up to the line. There's a snap to hand the ball. Now the quarterback pulls it out himself, and he's brought down after about a 2-yard gain and bring up 2nd down and 8.
Loss on the carry, Carney on the stop. Gain of about 2. 2nd down 8.
Two wide to either side for Westview. Shotgun formation, man in motion. They hand the ball to the man in motion. He's trying to get outside. He gets the edge, turns it up, and he's going to pick up a couple. He's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for his forward progress. It's going to take him, well, they say right at the 40-yard line, so maybe a yard gain. We'll call it 3rd and 7.
Gain of about a yard on that play. It's 3rd down 7.
So big 3rd down here for the Tigers. Third and 7 for Martin. And they're going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Chargers.
So with their timeout, we'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after this. 3rd and 7 for Martin Westview, 6:42 to go first quarter. They're on top 7-0 over the Ripley Tigers as we get ready for this 3rd down play following a timeout by Martin Westview. Westview with the same set. Chargers have 2 wide to either side. Quarterback puts his running back in motion. He's out for a safety release for a swing back, wanting to throw over the middle of the field, and it's incomplete as he throws it low. It'll be 4th and 7. Let's see if Westview going to go for it, and I don't see any personnel changes, so it looks like we're not respecting our defense a whole lot, so hopefully we get a stop right here. O'Brien Central 14, Dresden 0, early going of the game. All right, here we go. 4th down play, 4th and 7 for Westview. Bend but don't break, Tiger defense. And he's wanting to throw. He's got a man coming over the middle of the field and almost intercepted, but it's going to fall incomplete. So Ripley will get the ball on downs as they'll take over and have the ball at their own 40-yard line to start this offensive series.
Ball goes over to the Tigers. It's marked at the 40-yard line from their own 40. Tigers 1st down.
So Ripley will come to the line. They'll have 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. To the left's going to be Hurdle and Hearn. Smith in at quarterback, and he hands the ball to Marjay Barbie, trying to get outside, breaks it back inside, twists, and falls forward for about a 6-yard gain.
Across the 45-yard line to the 46.
Just about the time he got tripped up, it opened up in front of him. Had he been able to stay on his feet, I think he could have maybe still been running. But at any rate, it'll be 2nd down 4 for the Tigers. Take a snap. They hand it. No, Sammy's going to keep it himself and go off the right side and pick up a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets down to the Charger 49-yard line. 1st down and 10 Tigers.
1st down.
Again, this is senior night for Ripley football players, cheerleaders, and band members. So congratulations to all the seniors. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Smith wants to throw. He's looking. He's throwing a long ball down the near sideline, and he overthrows by about 5 yards, which, as we mentioned before, Coach Cruz said he'd much rather it be overthrown than underthrown. So, you know, he's got the arm. We just got to get, you know, get the touch, get the feel down, finesse the ball a little bit. But he's just a sophomore. All this will come. Terrence Hunter comes into the huddle late. I think he was out in a pass pattern. He'll be lined up wide to the left. Hurdle and Hearn wide to the right. Takes a snap. They hand it off to Big O. He's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose about 5 yards. Not sure who let the defender by, but he came through in a hurry and catches us behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll make it 3rd and about 14, maybe 15. Big play for the Tigers, and offsides. We pull them off, so that'll give us 5 of it back. We'll be back inside the sticks. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Offside because of the call.
So we get pretty much all of that, all that play back where we were caught in the backfield. So it'll be 3rd and 9, 5:05 to go, 1st quarter. Martin Westview 7, Ripley 0. Ripley will have Hurdle and Hearn wide to the left this time, and Hunter wide to the right. Pitts in the backfield with Smith. Smith takes a snap, wanting to throw, looking, throwing a dart, and just missed the mark. It was intended for Hurdle, and it falls incomplete. So it'll be 4th down, and now the Tiger punt team will come onto the field. So 4th and 9 for Ripley. Hearn to punt the ball away. Good snap. Nice punt. He punts it away, and he comes after it, and he gets it. A good tackle made by number 22, Terrence Hunter, the first one down, followed up and cleaned up by number 20, Kobe Maynard. A great job on the cover team as they have punted the ball down, and Westview will have the ball at their own 22-yard line to start this drive. 4:33 to go, 1st quarter. Martin 7, Ripley 0.
It's Charger 1st down.
21-0, Obion Central over Dresden. Here's a snap. They hand it off to the running back, who cuts it back across the middle, gets out to the 25. About a 2-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd down 8. Martin to the line. Quarterback wants to throw. He throws a little swing pass, a little flyer pattern. It's complete, and he's going to get about 3 or 4, maybe 5 before he's actually brought down. He was hit a couple of yards after the reception, but he doesn't go down until he's a lot closer to the yard or first down marker. It'll be third down and about 3 for Martin Westview, as they are right about the 30-yard line. Just over 3 minutes to go, first quarter, 7-0. They hand the ball to the running back, and he breaks a couple of tackles and picks up the first down. He's still shy of the 35, but he gets to around the 33. But that's enough to move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Try to get you some other scores from around West Tennessee as they become available. This time Westview will have 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left, shotgun formation. Quarterback takes snaps, hand it to his running back going off the left side, and a great tackle made by, let's see who that was. I think that was number 59 for the Tigers. That's the senior, Octavian Thomas, and he catches him after about a 3-yard gain, but he had a lot of open space in front of him had he not brought him down. So good job there by that senior defensive lineman for the Tigers. Now back to 2 wide outs on either side. Low snap, quarterback wants to throw. He's throwing a little comeback pattern, and he was chased out of the pocket, and he was trying to hit his man in the flat, but he's chased out, so he throws the ball into the sideline. So it falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd down 7 now for the Chargers. And a flag on the play. Hopefully that'll be against the Chargers. .10:50 to go in the first quarter. Haywood leads Covington 6-0.
Intentional grounding is the call.
Okay, intentional grounding. I knew it. He definitely threw it into the sideline. So you can hear the Ripley fans, especially the student section. We've got a great student section this year. So proud that we've got so many kids now with school spirit, and they're cheering the Ripley Tigers on. But it puts Martin in a 3rd and 21 situation. Ball back close to the 20-yard line.
3rd down,
23 is what the scoreboard says. It'll be 3rd and 23, I guess, is what the scoreboard is saying. Here's a snap, obvious passing situation, looking at, and sacked and hit in the backfield. And who was that? That was, well, I can't get his number. That was number 5, the all-state linebacker for Ripley, as he catches him for about another 10-yard loss. That's Taylor Carney. And, man, he made his presence known. He came through there flying and never slowed down. Don't know that the quarterback ever saw him, and he cleaned his clock. So now the ball is back at about the 11-yard line, and they'll be punting from their own end zone. Terrence Hunter stands at the 40. We could stand a really good return here. Hunter picks it up, and, well, he's still on his feet. He got past the first wave. He's going to be brought down, but he's going to be inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. So the Tigers in business, as they'll have great field position to start this offensive drive at the Westview 39-yard line. 1:08 to go, first quarter. Westview 7, Ripley 0. The ball right on the 30-yard line is where it's spotted. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ripley. Ripley team, crowd, fans, student section, everybody excited tonight. Big game for the Tigers. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Pitts in the backfield. Quarterback takes a snap, he hands it off to Pitts, and he runs into a crowd right up the middle. You know, they're just keying on him. He's almost seems like if he makes a step one way, 3 defenders move the same way.
Second down.
It'll be second and looks like 2nd and 10 for Ripley. 45 seconds to go, first quarter. 2 wide to the left. That'll be Hurdle and Hearn. And we got 2 wide to the right as well. Smith wants to throw. Now he pulls it down. He's going to run it himself. And he's still on his feet as he gets down to around the 25-yard line. About a 6-yard pickup for the Tigers. It's still going to bring up, it'll be 3rd and about around 5 or 6. Seemed like he had more yards than that, but that's where the spot was. Ripley's going to have to call timeout. They've got a little confusion. So with their timeout, well, I take that back. That wasn't a timeout. That was the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, it is the Chargers of Westview 7, Ripley 0. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and be back with the second quarter right after this. Ripley with 3rd and 6, ball at the 26-yard line of Westview. Quarterback Smith takes a snap. Oh, and he was going to try, it was a quarterback draw, but didn't fool the defense as they came right in on him, so he's going to lose a couple of yards. It's going to bring up 4th and about 8. So let's see if Ripley's going to go for it or attempt a field goal. Looks like the Tigers are going to go for it. Terrence Hunter wide to the right. Hearn out to the left with Hurdle. The quarterback wants to throw. Smith, he's looking, got some time. He runs out of the pocket. He's got some room, and he throws it incomplete. And so the ball will go over on downs with 11:22 to go in the second quarter. Martin Westview 7, Ripley 0. Westview will have the ball to start this offensive series at about the 25-yard line, maybe 26. Westview to the line. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it off to his running back. He's got a nice hole, closed in quickly and brought down by Austin Thompson and number 1, Marjay Barbie, after a pickup of around 5. It'll bring up 2nd and 5 with 11 minutes to go. Second quarter, 7-0, Chargers over the Tigers. Second and 5 from the 33. Chargers hand the ball to the running back, starts inside, breaks it back outside, running parallel, and he's going to get the first down and be brought down as he crosses the 40 to around the 41-yard line and picks up a Charger first down. That'll move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 for Westview.
42 and a Charger first down.
$10:20 to go in the second. 2 wide to either side. Man in motion. They hand it to the man. No, the quarterback pulls it back out, and a great tackle, individual solo tackle made there by number 59, Octavian Thomas. Fantastic job. He stayed with his man, and he was basically followed the block and led him right to the quarterback, and he picks up a little less than 1. We'll call it 1. It's 2nd and 9.
It's 2nd down 9.
Ball is on the 43-yard line. This time the Chargers have 3 wide left, 1 to the right. And they pull the Tigers off. So that will give them 5 more yards. It'll be 2nd down 4. A little too anxious. Covington and Peabody tied at 7. Beginning of the second quarter, it's still Haywood 6, Covington 0. Second and 4 for the Chargers. 3 wide left, 1 to the right. They look to the sideline to get the call. Here's the snap. They hand it out. The quarterback pulls it out again and bound behind the line of scrimmage by number 7, AT3, Austin Thompson the third, and Taylor Carney, yes, also in there on the tackle. So great job. It'll bring up third and about 6 now for the Chargers.
It's third down 5.
8:40 on the clock until halftime. Two wide to either side. Shotgun formation. Chargers take the snap, drop straight back, wanting to throw, throwing into the flat. It's caught, and he's brought down as soon as he's caught the ball, but that was enough for a first down. It'll move the sticks across midfield to around the 46-yard line, where the Chargers will have it 1st and 10 with 8:19 to go, second quarter. 7-0, Chargers over the Tigers.
Smith and Hurdle on the stop. However, Chargers will cross midfield to the 46-yard line.
3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. 2 to the right. 3 wide left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for the quarterback. He stands alone in shotgun formation. Takes a snap, drops straight back, wanting to throw. Got a lot of receivers out, and he's going to run. Now he pulls it down and throws it, and it's caught by number 9. And he's brought down short of the first down. He gets down to about the 39, need to go to the 36. So it'll bring up third and a couple for Westview on this drive.
Gains to about the 39-yard line.
So it'll be second down and 3.
Second down 3.
Chargers 2 wide left, 2 to the right. Now, and hand it to the running back, starts inside, breaks it outside, back to the middle again, picks up the first down as he crosses the 35 down to around the 31-yard line. That'll move the sticks again. It'll be 1st and 10 Chargers.
Ball is marked at the 31. And
Just under 7 minutes to go.
First down.
Buying over Dresden now 21-0. Westview has 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Drop straight back, quarterback wanting to throw, throws a long over the middle, and it's complete. No, it goes through his hands and falls incomplete. So it'll bring up third and check that. It'll be second down and 10 for the Chargers. Ball at their own 32-yard line. 6:28 to go. Second quarter. Westview has 3 wide right, 1 to the left. 1 back to the quarterback's left, I believe.
Decision is made. Finally, the ball goes.
Going to be standing to his right. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Takes a snap, hands it to his running back. He goes into the middle of the line and nothing doing there. It's going to be 3rd and 10. Great job, number 57. I think that's one of the Simpson boys on the tackle. Yep, that's Morgan. Of course, as you know, we're loaded with sophomores. The seniors we got are great seniors. We just don't have a ton of them. And in the junior class, that's the one Omarion is in, and not very many numbers in that class, but we've got a big class of sophomores that are very athletic. And we're just going through some growing pains, but playing good football while we're learning so far in this game. Westview 2 wide to either side. Quarterback wants to throw. Drop straight back, throws into the flat, and overshoots his intended receiver, and the ball falls incomplete. So actually he lost yards on that last play. It was 3rd and 11. It's going to bring up 4th and 11 for Westview. And they look like they're going for it. We've definitely got to stop them, make them respect our defense. Fourth and 11, and they are lined up to go for it. 5:37 until halftime. They lead Ripley 7-0. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Quarterback rolls to his right, looking downfield, looking, still rolling, being chased, and it's complete. And we missed the tackle, and it's got the first down. He's going to be down in the red zone inside the 10-yard line, where it'll be close to the 5-yard line, where it'll be 1st and goal for Westview with 5:27 to go until halftime. Westview threatening now. They hustle up to the line, up 2 wide to either side. Quarterback hands the ball to the running back, and he starts inside, breaks it outside, and then forced out of bounds, and a flag's going to come in, and I think they're going to get us for a face mask, which the ball was at the 10, so they'll probably move it down to the 5. And as he was tackling him, it looked like maybe his hand got up on his face mask, because I saw the flag come out just about the time he was forcing him out of bounds. We'll get the call here from the white hat. Personal foul, face mask against Ripley. So that'll move the ball down to the 5. And an automatic first down. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 5 or 4-yard line, I guess, according to the PA. So 5 minutes exactly to go until halftime. 2 wide to either side for the Chargers. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it to his running back, and he's going to go into the end zone untouched. And so that's going to make the score 13-0 with 4:49 to go until halftime, as Martin Westview gets ready for their point after. Again, 13-0, Chargers over the Tigers, 4:49 to go until halftime. Here's the PA attempt. Snap, hold, kick, up, almost blocked, but it goes through. Good effort there by, trying to say that was number 11, that was J.Q. Hurdle that was in, trying to get a finger on it, and just didn't quite get there, but it wasn't because of lack of effort. He went after the ball. So we are awaiting kickoff. Ripley getting ready to receive the kickoff again. We are just about ready for the Westview kickoff. Ripley will have 4 minutes and 49 seconds when they get the ball back, and to try to knock that goose egg off before halftime. We are ready for the kickoff. And here's the kick, and it's an onside kick, and it goes out of bounds, thank goodness, because I don't think we were able to get on it because it didn't go 10 yards either. Well, I guess it went right, maybe 11 yards, went right across the 50 to the 49. And but it does go out of bounds and not recovered, so Ripley should get the ball at the 35-yard line. Or maybe they'll give us the ball there, or yes, they do. They give us the ball right there, nose of the ball at the 50. So a good break for the Tigers. Went out of bounds maybe because it was touched before it went out was the reason we got the ball there. I'll try to get some clarification on that. But either way, we've got the ball 49.5 yards away from pay dirt. 4:48 to go until halftime, trailing 14-0. Here the crowd going crazy now. Want the Tigers to put some points up. Marjay is in now at quarterback. Now that's Austin Thompson, and he's trying to get outside, and he doesn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He slipped a little bit as he started. Actually came out of his shoe, and he loses a yard. It'll bring up 2nd and 11. Clock running, 4:25 to go. Hunter split wide to the right. And there's going to be a timeout on the field by, well, let's see. Well, they said it was a timeout, but the referee made our players go back to the field. So,
ladies and gentlemen, for the last time at home, we have the 2022.
So evidently it wasn't a timeout. And they say he loses about 2, so it'll be 2nd down 12.
We'll get back to you in a minute. I thought it was a timeout.
2 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith takes a snap. He throws it a little low, but that complete. No, they say it's incomplete that he trapped it. Looked like he had it for about a 7-yard, 8-yard gain, but it's just a little underthrown. It hit right in front of Terrence Hunter and falls incomplete. So it'll make it 3rd and 12 for the Tigers. Tigers have 3 wide to the right. It'll be Hurdle, Hearn, and Hunter. Smith takes a low snap, rolls to his right, wanting to throw. Underthrows him again. He hits the dirt in front of him. Again, this is only his 2nd game to be quarterback in, so just got to get acclimated to things. But it's going to bring up 4th in a punting situation for Ripley with 4:03 to go until halftime. Ripley trails 14-0. Josh Hearn will stand at his own 35. The return man for the Chargers will stand at about his 30. And he gets a nice end-over-end punt away, fair catch called for at the 28-yard line. So with 3:58 to go until halftime, Westview will have the ball back 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
From their own 28, with just under 4 minutes left in this first half, the Chargers will have it 1st down.
Westview comes off the sideline. O'Brien 28, Dresden 0. O'Brien was 4-4, and Dresden 7-1 coming into this game tonight. 2 wide on either side for the Chargers. Quarterback hands it to the lone running back. He goes in off the left side for a couple of yard pickup. He crosses the 30 out to the 31, so about a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7.
Ball carrier was Cam Davis.
Crockett 14, Lexington 7. That's a surprise. I expect Lexington to win that game. McKenzie over Brewston, 35-0. 2 wide to the right, 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback hands the ball to the running back, trying to get outside over here. Austin Thompson cuts him back in, and he is cleaned up there by number 5, the All-State linebacker for Ripley. Taylor Carney gets the stop. It'll be 3rd and about 6 for the Chargers as we hit the 3-minute mark to go in this first half. We go just under the 3-minute mark now. Again, the Chargers on top of the Tigers, 14-0. Ripley will get the ball to start the second half. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Quarterback wants to throw, drops straight back. Now rolls to his right, being chased by Carney, and he throws it over the middle, and it's complete. But a great open field tackle made by number 2, Sammy Smith, and number 5, Taylor Carney, and number 7, Austin Thompson were putting the pressure on the quarterback that made him not go downfield as far as he wanted to. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 for the Westview Chargers with 2:23 to go as clock stopped on an incomplete pass. It will be 4th down and 6 according to the scoreboard. It says 3rd on the field. And it looks like flag on the play, it appears. Looks like it's going to be against Westview. Maybe not. Looks like they were going to walk it back, but they decided not to as they placed the ball down on the 35-yard line. The yard marker on the far side is not where the ball is. That's odd, the down marker. Now he's got it at 4th down, and the punt team comes in this time. With 2:23 to go until halftime, it'll be 4th and around 6. Of course, we got to watch for the fake. Ball is back at their own 35-yard line for the Chargers as they get ready to punt the ball away. Terrence Hunter will stand at his own about 40-yard line in anticipation of the punt. Here we go. He get it away, just barely did, but he got it away, and he kicks it away from our return man. It's going to hit and roll and stop at about the 36-yard line. So Ripley will have the ball with 2:04 to go until halftime. That's the amount of time they'll have to try to knock this goose egg off before halftime.
A game between 2 playoff-bound teams.
As you may have heard Craig say that Westview is that they're in the playoffs as well as Ripley, so both of these teams will see some post-game action. The ball at the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. 2:04 on the clock. Ripley trails 14-0 to the Westview Chargers. Ripley will have wideouts to either side. 2 to the left. High snap, and it goes straight to Omarion Pitts, and he runs the ball up the gut and picks up about 8 yards right off the left side. And got a player that's slow getting up for the Tigers, and that's one of the Simpson twins, but he's going to be all right. They tell me he's one of those tough old country boys. So time is at 1:39. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Ball goes over Omarion's head, and he tried to pick it up, but he ran past it, and Marjay Barbie falls on it, but it's all the way back at the 30-yard line, so it's about a 14-yard loss. I'm not sure if it was a bad snap or the running back just took his eyes off the ball before it got to him. Sometimes, you know, receivers do that. They'll look at where they're running before they actually catch the ball, and that causes them to miss it, and I'm not sure if that was the case. I was kind of looking all over the field, and I saw that he was going to get the snap, Pitts that is, and I saw it about the time it went. I don't know if it went over his shoulder or over his head, but at any rate, it will be 3rd down and about 17 with 1:24 on the clock. Ripley trails 14-0 to the Martin Westview team.
Leah Hutchins, captain. Haley McNeil, Selena Conrad, Mag Coker, Haley Etheridge, Marley Heath, Reese White, Isa Body, Rhett White, Laney Woodard, Lydia Burnham, Cheyenne Fitzhugh,
Haywood 13, Covington 0. It's 5:42 to go in the second quarter.
admirably by Ginger Hearn and Bailey Green.
3 wide right for Ripley. Smith takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking to throw. Oh, and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Thought it was going to be a face mask, but it wasn't. And we actually had kind of a safety valve, number 8, kind of out in the flat, but I don't think he ever got a chance to look him off before he was brought down. So Ripley will take a timeout with 1 minute and 1 second to go until halftime. Again, trailing the Chargers 14-0. Huntington 13, Peabody 14.
Ladies and gentlemen, we went a little long on our pregame senior recognition. We have the band that we'd like to recognize immediately starting after this half. Then the band will have their presentation.
Looking for some other scores around West Tennessee. Haven't got too many updates. Hearn in to punt the ball away. 1:15 to go until halftime. Ripley has the ball back at their own 23-yard line. Remember, Ripley will get the ball to start the second half. High snap, but he comes down with it and gets it away, but it's going to come out into the, well, it was very high and stayed in bounds and stopped at about the 31-yard line. I thought it was coming into the stands. It was so high and coming this direction, but it was more high than it was long.
From the Tigers 32, with 1 minute 6 left.
So it'll be 1 minute and 6 seconds left until halftime, but Westview is going to have great field position off of a punt that didn't go very far for the Tigers. It looks like the ball is going to be at the 32-yard line. 1:06 to go as Westview comes out. An offense up to the line. 2 wide right. Now 3 wide to the right. 1 to the left. There's a snap. Quarterback's rolling to his right, looking to throw, throws a little swing pass, and he catches it and is brought down after about a 5-yard gain, stays in bounds, so the clock continues to run. About a 4-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 6. It'll be around 40 seconds on the game clock when this snap, and here we go. He's looking to throw the ball again on an out pattern. It's complete. And we're still on his feet. We knock him out of bounds, but not until he gets the first down inside the red zone, somewhere inside the 15 with about 32 seconds to go. I hate to let them get another touchdown this close to halftime. But it's going to be 1st and 10. Ball on the 13. 2 wide left. 2 to the right for Westview. Here's a snap. He's wanting to throw. Looking to his right, rolling to his right, wanting to throw, and 2 flags come out. It's caught into the end zone for a touchdown, but a flag came out before the ball was thrown. So that would make you think it would come back. And I believe it's going to be a holding penalty against Westview. And it will come back. We're down to 24 seconds to go in this first half. Two flags came in just about the same time in the same location.
Multiple flags on the play. They'll sort it out.
Waiting to get the referee's signal. Still waiting. So conversation going on with the white hat. Taking a long time to sort this one out. Again, 24 seconds to go until halftime. The last play was 1st and 10 for Westview at the Tiger 13. And it is going to be walked off against Westview. That's going to bring the ball all the way back to the 30-yard line. So it was a hold against Westview and unsportsmanlike conduct against Ripley and unsportsmanlike against Westview. So those two penalties offset, and the difference in the penalties was the 15 yards for the holding. So now it'll bring up 1st down and about 25. Ball is going to be at the 31, it appears.
28 to go, and there are 24 seconds left.
24 seconds to go again. Ball right at the 30-yard line. 1st and 28. Three wide to the left, one to the right for Westview. Shotgun formation. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops straight back, wanting to throw. Throws over the middle, and it's high, but he brings it down and staying on his feet and still on his feet and staying on his feet, and finally breaks 3 or 4 tackles and gets into the end zone with 14 seconds to go until halftime to make the score 20-0, as he wanted it bad, and he showed it on that run as he broke at least 3 tackles getting into that end zone. He caught the ball short of the end zone, probably about 5-6 yards short, but just manhandled his way or manned his way into the end zone to get the touchdown to make the score 20-0 as we are ready for the point after with 14 seconds to go until halftime. Here's the PAT. It's up, and it is good. So with 14 seconds to go, Martin on top of Ripley now, 21-0 as we get ready for the kickoff. Ripley getting ready to receive the kick. Let's see if we got any more updated scores from this area. Ones in East Tennessee that start an hour earlier, they usually have their games posted obviously a lot earlier than we do. O'Brien County 28, Dresden 7, Jackson Southside 7, Northside 6, Lexington now 28, Crockett 14, Union City 34, Liberty 0, McKenzie over Brewston 35-0. We are getting ready for the kick. Here we go. The Chargers ready to kick off with 14 seconds left. And it's a good kick, end over end. It's going to be taken at the 16-yard line across the 20, the 25. And he starts inside, breaks it outside at the 30, and cuts it back inside, then outside again, and gets out to about the 36-yard line, where Ripley will have 5 seconds on the clock to see if they can maybe do a Hail Mary or do something on this very last play, unless it's a quick play and somebody gets out of bounds or it's an incomplete pass. This next play should be the last play of the first half. Remember, Ripley will get the ball to start the second half. Ripley 4-4 on the season so far. Haywood 20, Covington 3. Omarion Pitts take the snap. He's going to run to his left. Starts inside, breaks it back outside, and then back inside, and he's going to be brought down as time expires here in this first half. So at the end of 2 quarters of play, The score is Martin Westview 21, Ripley 0. Stay tuned, and we'll bring you the second half right after this. We are just about ready for the second half kickoff. We'll try to give you some scores from around West Tennessee while we're waiting on the cheerleaders to finish their fine routine. O'Brien in the second quarter over Dresden, 35-7, and O'Brien 4-4, Dresden 7-1 on the season. About a minute to go in the first half for Jackson North Side and South Side. South Side leads that 7-6. At halftime, Lexington over Crockett County 28-14. Union City 34, Liberty 0. That's still 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. McKenzie 42-0 over Brewston, and it's still 7 minutes to go until halftime. Haywood at half, 20, Covington 3. Huntington 21, Peabody 14, halftime. Dyer County 18, Brighton 7. That's a halftime score. And that's about all we have as far as scores go. Ripley on their sideline getting ready to receive the ball. They'll get the ball to start the second half. They recognized the senior band members at halftime, so it ran just a little bit longer than it normally does, and the cheerleaders are, of course, the band performed as well, and now the cheerleaders are finishing up their routine as they are just about finished. And I think they just finished up a great routine. Congratulations to the Ripley High School cheerleaders. All right, Martin Westview set to kick off. Ripley to receive. Ripley will be on the north end going south. Westview will be kicking from the south end. Back deep for the Tigers is going to be number 22, Terrence Hunter, and number 20 for the Tigers, Kobe Mainers. We got to remember they tried an onside kick a little earlier. Again, the score here at the beginning of the second half is Martin Westview Chargers 21, Ripley 0. Here's the kick, and it is another onside kick, and it takes a crazy bounce and goes out of bounds. So, and it goes out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Ripley should get it at the 35. So they'll have the ball at their own 35 to start this offensive series, 1st and 10. Again, trailing the Chargers 21-0. Ripley definitely needing to put some points on the board on this drive. Ripley will send 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Smith and Pitts in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Ripley with the ball. They take the ball to hand it off. No, they faked it to Pitts, and Smith keeps it himself and pulls it out, turns it up for a yard or so. Westview ends up with the ball in their hand, but the forward progress had stopped and the whistle had blown. So we'll pick up of 2. It'll be 2nd down, 8 for Ripley. First offensive play of the second half. Ripley has the ball at their own 44-yard line. Two wide left, one to the right for Ripley. Smith in at quarterback. Barbie stands to his left. They hand the ball to Barbie, trying to get outside. Gets the edge and brought down right at the first down marker. It looks like it's enough for the sticks to be moved. We'll see the official, see if the official moves it forward. And it is a first down, so that is a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. Great way to start this second half. The ball just across midfield at the 49-yard line of the Chargers. Two wide left. Check that, two wide right, one to the left. Quarterback takes it and hands it off to Pitts, and he fights and stays on his feet for 2 or 3 yards. Call it 2, 2nd down, 8. Hard run. Again, everybody keys on Pitts, and it's hard for him to move without 2 or 3 defensive players moving with him. So he is a force, but they are keying on him. Everybody does every game. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith takes a snap, looking to throw, and he throws into the flat. It's complete to Terrence Hunter, about an 8-yard pickup at the 30, you check that, 41-yard line. And it was complete to Terrence Hunter. Good pass by Smith. So that's a 7-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Tigers as we just go under the 10-minute mark. Nose of the ball resting on the 42-yard line. Two wide right, 1 to the left. Smith in at quarterback. Barbie, the running back, to his left. Takes a snap and hand it to Barbie, trying to get outside. He starts out, breaks it back in. He's got a lane. He's got the first down and more as he gets down to the 32-yard line. It'll be a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down.
32-yard line. Change of movement. It's a Tiger first
So it
down.
is another first down for the Tigers, their second one on this drive, the first offensive series of this half. 9:29 to go, 3rd quarter. Ripley trails 21-0. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith puts Hunter in motion, and he's got a swing pass. He throws it out to him, and he's trying to get outside and get the edge. He does get the edge, but is not able to turn it up much, but is enough to pick up probably 3 yards or so. They say the ball is going to be at the 31, 30. Let's see where they're going to spot it. Looks like they're going to spot it just about the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. If that's the case, no, it's a flag on the play, so Ripley's going to be called for holding, I believe, 10-yard penalty. So we'll replay first. It'll be 1st and 10, or check that, 1st and 20. Ball at the 42-yard line. Hunter and Hearn split wide to the right. Smith still in quarterback. Takes a snap. He hands the ball to big old Pitts. He turns the edge, gets past the first tackler, and the second one still on his feet. And still on his feet, he gets down to the 30. He had about a 13-yard pickup on that run, gets back inside the sticks. It'll bring up around 2nd and 8. Good hard run by Pitts, just didn't give up on the play. Kept going. They were grabbing for the ball, trying to jerk it out of his hands, and he held on to it and picked up actually more than that. He ball was down to 30, so he picked up about 13 on the play. 2nd and 8 for Ripley at the Charger 30-yard line. 3 wide left. Quarterback takes a snap. Smith rolls to his left, wanting to throw, being chased out of the pocket. Now he's going to pull it down and run it. Now he throws it at the last minute. It's complete, and we almost broke the tackle. We got away, but it was enough to get the ball down to the 26-yard line, where it'll make it 3rd and about 4. Great job by Smith keeping that play alive. He kind of threw that one while he was in the grasp. Taylor, the senior, he comes in, number 31, playing wide out on the right. 3 to the right this time. High snap. They bring it down and they get it to Pitts, and he gets just about to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 4th and 4. Ripley hustles up to the line. They'll have Barbie split to the left. Hearn split to the right. Ripley trying to pull them off sides. Didn't work. 31 Taylor also wide out on the right. Pitts in the backfield. He's going to move from his left to his right. Smith takes a snap. He's just going to run it himself. He doesn't get the first down. He gets down to the 25-yard line. He just picked up a couple, so it's going to be a couple of yards short. The ball will go over on downs, and the ball will be right at the 25-yard line. So it will be 1st and 10 Westview from their own 25-yard line with 6:54 to go in this 3rd quarter. Ripley trailing 21-0. Westview's offense comes back onto the field. Two wide to either side. Quarterback takes a snap. He throws a little swing pass, and it's incomplete. Hit him right in his hands, and it fell incomplete, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from their own 25 with 6:50 to go as the clock stops on that incomplete pass. Ball at their own 25-yard line for Westview. Westview sends 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback takes a low snap. He's thrown it over the middle, and it's complete. And he's got the first down as he crosses the 40 out to, you're going to say he's down right at the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. So ball at the 41-yard line, between the 40 and 41. It will move the sticks. It'll be 1st and 10 Westview with 6:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Again, 21-0. Westview over Ripley. 3 wide to the left this time for Westview, 1 to the right. Quarterback takes a snap. He hands it to his running back, and they fumble the ball, and they pick it back up. Ripley gets them behind the line for about a 5-yard loss, but the ball hit the ground. Ripley had a shot at it, but Westview gets back on it, but they're going to lose about 5. Well, they're going to say they're going to give them a couple of yards. He loses about 4. It'll be 2nd down 14 as we go just under the 6-minute mark. Ball is spotted at the 38-yard line. As Westview checks the sideline, looks for the play. They'll have 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Shotgun formation. Quarterback takes a snap. He's wanting to throw. He's throwing over the middle again, and it's complete. He's got the first down, and he's still on his feet. Going down the far sideline, he's going to be tackled, but not until he gets inside the 35-yard line for another Charger first down. We had a shot at him, and after the catch, but we didn't wrap up. We hit him, but we didn't wrap up, and so he bounces off that tackle and advances the ball down to the 35-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Westview with 5:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Ripley still trailing 21-0. Westview will have 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right this time. Quarterback takes a snap, and he hands it to his running back. Starts outside, breaks it back inside, still on his feet. As a pretty good gain of probably 7, maybe 8 yards on the gain going off the right side. It'll be 2nd down. The tackle was made by Hurdle. It'll be second down and about 4 with 4:40 to go, third quarter. Westview runs a no-huddle offense. They don't huddle. They get up to the line, look to the sideline for the play. And that's what they've just done. So the formation this time calls for trips to the left, one wide out to the right. Trips are in tight. Quarterback's looking to his left, wanting to throw. He's got a man in the flat. He's got a man running long downfield, and he overthrows him. It falls incomplete with 4:16 on the clock. It'll bring up third down and 4 now for the Chargers. We had pretty good coverage on the play, and fortunately it was a little long as well. So it does fall incomplete and stops the clock with 4:16 to go, third quarter, and brings up 3rd and 4. Ball on the 29-yard line of the Tigers. Westview this time will have 2 wide to either side, still in shotgun. And the referee comes in and stops play. Not sure what that was. I think it was something about the equipment of number 10. They made him leave the field and brought in another player to take his place. Maybe his chin strap was broke or something that the side judge caught. So it'll be 3rd and 4 with 4:16 on the clock, third quarter. 2 wide to either side. Quarterback hands it to his running back, number 8, trying to go outside, breaks it back to the inside, and just crosses the first down marker inside the 25 for a Westview first down as we go to the 4-minute mark here in the third quarter. Westview on the drive and with the lead 21-0. So that didn't advance the ball, and they pick up a first down. Two wide to either side. Westview looks to the side to get the play. One running back to the quarterback's right, still in shotgun. Takes a snap, dropping straight back, wanting to throw. Looking, he's going to throw long over the middle of the field, and it's into the end zone, and it is caught, but he was out of the back of the end zone, so that is considered incomplete, so it'll bring up 2nd and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Don't see any updated scores yet. A lot of them are still in halftime. Dyer County 18-7 over Brighton at the break. No score on the Montford Kingsbury game. Huntington 21, Peabody 14. 2 wide to either side for the Chargers. Quarterback drops straight back, wanting to throw. He's throwing it. He threw. Had a man open, cutting across the middle of the field on the slant pattern, but the quarterback does not hit him, and it falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10 with the clock stopped at 3:28 to go, third quarter. Ripley makes a sub. Sammy Smith comes in. He checks in for Holcomb. 2 wide left, 2 to the right. Westview takes a snap, dropping straight back, wanting to throw again. He's throwing out into the flat, and it's caught right on the sideline. And he was good for a first down, so they will have a 1st and 10 in the red zone inside the 20 for Martin Westview. He went right to the sideline and just basically stopped, and the quarterback was able to hit him, and he caught it and stepped right out of bounds, stopped the clock, and picked up the first down as the chains are moved now. It'll be 1st and 10, the ball at the inside the 15, around the 12 or so. 2 wide left, 2 to the right. Shotgun formation. Westview quarterback takes the ball, looks straight back, dropping, looking, throws over the middle of the field and overthrows everybody, and it'll fall incomplete, bring up 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line for the Chargers. Ripley has a player that's slow to get up, but he's going to get up under his own power. Trying to see who that player was. I think that was Terrence Hunter, number 22. He went up for the ball and didn't see what happened when he came down. But shaken up a little bit, but he's able to stay on the field and continue playing. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 3:15 to go in the third. Ripley trails 21-zip. Westview break the huddle or come up to the line with 2 wide to either side. Quarterback takes a snap, and it's a false start, or at least a flag came out early, and it's a delay of game. So that will back them up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 15 now from the 17-yard line.
2nd, 15. Short.
So it'll be 2nd and 15. Ball on the 17. Westview gets the play from the sideline. They'll line up with 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Ripley makes some adjustments on defense. The quarterback rolling to his left, wanting to throw, rolling, got a lot of room in front of him. Got a man coming across the end zone, but he overthrows everybody, and it'll make it 3rd down and 15 now for Westview. Ball still on the 17-yard line. Ripley needs to hold them these next couple of plays. At least hold them to a field goal, if nothing else, and get some offense going. Remember, next Friday night, the last regular season game of the season will be in Dyersburg. It is a big district game. It will probably depend on, or we will probably finish either 3rd or 4th in the district, depending on the outcome of that game. Here's a snap. They hand the ball to number 8, trying to get outside. He gets the edge and gets back just about to the original line of scrimmage before he's pushed out of bounds. And they say he's actually short of that by a couple of yards. So he picks up around 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the field goal unit looks like they're coming on for Westview, so they'll attempt a field goal. It should be around a 30. And let's see where they spot the tee. It's going to be on the 24, so it'll be a 34-yard field goal attempt. Ball closer to the right hash mark than the left, but not bad, from pretty close to the center of the field. 3:02 on the clock. Here's a snap, a kick up. It's long enough, and it is no good. It was wide to one side, so Ripley holds this time and will get the ball over on downs with 2:55 to go in the third. Ripley will go back on offense after shutting down a long sustained drive by Martin Westview. But Ripley's defense, they did bend, but they didn't break. So now it's time for the offense to show out. See what we can do.
Ball will be marked at the 20-yard line.
So Ripley will have the ball at their own 20. Far hash mark, 2:55 on the clock. 2 wide right, 1 to the left. Quarterback takes a snap, and he hands it off to the running back. He's caught in the backfield before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He may have just about got to the line of scrimmage, if that. I say he's going to lose about a half a yard. We'll still call it 2nd and 10. Just didn't have anywhere to go. He was eat up with the middle of that line. Two wide right, 1 to the left. Smith takes a snap, drops straight back, wanting to throw. Now he's got to go, and he's got a man that's got some room, and it's caught at the 50-yard line. It's complete. He's on the way. I don't think anybody's going to catch him, and they're not. That's Marjay Barbie for the Ripley Tiger touchdown. With 2:10 to go in the third, Ripley knocks the goose egg off, and that is a back Tennessee Ripley Tiger touchdown. Great throw and a really good catch, and even better run by Marjay Barbie. As once he got into the secondary, it was obvious that they didn't have anybody close enough to catch him. So the score now, Ripley 6 and Martin Westview 21, as Ripley lines up for their point after.
Left as Hendricks. will attempt.
Hearn will be the holder. Hendricks attempts the PAT. Snap, hold, kick up, and it is good. So with 2:10 to go in the third quarter, Ripley knocks the goose egg off and gets a Bank Tennessee Ripley Tiger touchdown to make the score 21-7 as we get ready for the Ripley Tiger kickoff. Great offensive, great defensive series and offensive series. You know, a lot of coaches say that the second half momentum is pretty much based on the first 2 or 3 minutes of the second half, and hopefully that'll be the case because we've come out a lot more on fire since half than we did in the first half. Again, next Friday night, Ripley will be just a short drive up to Dyersburg, come up and support the Ripley High School Tigers as they get ready for the last game of the regular season, and it is a district game.
Playing on the team, his name is Keith Carver. He is the Chancellor of University of Tennessee at Martin, and he's a special friend of Ripley, as he's also the Chancellor of the UTM Martin Center in Ripley.
Again, Ripley, this will be Ripley's 10th appearance in 6 years in the playoffs, or 10 games that we will have played in the playoffs in the last 6 years. Again, Coach Cruz at this point, through 5 years, is 5-4 in playoffs. So they played in 9 games. They've been to the playoffs the last 5 years in a row, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. And 2020 was the deepest run they'd made in the third round of the playoff. Grant Shipley was 3-4 in his tenure here. Mac Adams 3-4 as well. Pellegrino 1-1. And now Ripley ready to kick off as Hendricks is kicking from the far hash mark. Here's the kick. It's a low kick, end over end kick. It's going to be taken at about the 23-yard line. He crosses the 25 and the 30, runs into a pile at the 35 and brought down about the 36-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 with 2:03 on the clock for Westview to start this drive late in the third quarter.
Alford and King make the stop.
Alford was in on the tackle. So the ball will be at the 36-yard line. That's where Westview will have it, 1st and 10. With 2:03 on the clock in the third quarter, Ripley trails 21-7. Westview has 2 wideouts to either side. Shotgun formation. They hand it to the running back, and he's hit and caught in the backfield. He breaks that tackle and almost brought down again. He breaks another tackle and finally brought down at about the 20. It was brought down about the 24. I think they're going to give him his forward progress to about the 22. Where he was actually, check that, at the 27. And he was brought down about the 22, but they're going to give him forward progress more than I thought it should be. But it will be 2nd down and about almost 20, as it's about a 10-yard loss on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 20 with 1:25 to go, third quarter. It'll be 2nd down for the Chargers with 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Here's a snap. They hand the ball to the running back, number 8, and he's trying to get outside and gets a part of the edge on the far side and probably picks up 5, maybe 6 yards. Still well outside the sticks, as it's going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Westview Chargers. He gets out to the 31. So it's going to be 3rd down and around 16 for Westview, as they'll have 3 wide to the left this time, 1 to the right. Quarterback in shotgun. They look to the sideline to get the call. Here's a snap, looking, drops straight back. Flag comes out on the near side. It's going to be illegal procedure against the Chargers. So that'll back them up 5. It'll make it 3rd down and 36
Penalty against
We can hear the Ripley fans coming alive now. The Tigers playing a lot better here so far in this second half than they did in the first half. Tigers seem to be on fire at the moment.
30 down. And back to 20.
Again, this is a young Tiger team. A lot of sophomores on this football team. We start, I think, 5 or 6 on both sides of the ball. So over the half of the starters are sophomores here for Ripley. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Westview lines up, then checks the sideline for the play. Here's a snap, looking to throw. Drop it straight back, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right, looking, now closed in on. And a pick interception by Terrence Hunter at the 45, and they're going to bring him down right at midfield stripe. They're going to say he gets down to the 49-yard line. So an interception and a big turnover by Martin Westview as Terrence Hunter comes in and picks off the ball for a Ripley Tiger interception and a turnover. So Ripley will have the ball at the Charger 49-yard line to start this offensive series, and that was the last play of the third quarter. So at the end of 3, 21-7, Westview over Ripley. Ripley with the ball over for a turnover. We'll hold it here. Ripley's excited, and I don't want to miss anything in this case. They start back early. Again, a good offensive run, offensive series by the Tigers, and then a good defensive one as well. Ripley gets the touchdown, then gets a turnover by an interception with Terrence Hunter, and advances it down across midfield to the 49-yard line of the Chargers. And there is, like I said, that was the last play of the third quarter. We are awaiting the first play of the fourth quarter. It will be 21-7 is the score. Of course, both sides will swap ends of the field. So Ripley now going from the south to the north. R.J. Barbie in. They bring in, let's see, Taylor Carney. He's going to be playing tight end. Ripley excited. The fans on their feet. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Smith takes a snap. He hands it to big old Pitts, and he's trying to get outside. He's running over 2 or 3 people, breaks a couple of tackles, spins for a first down. That's a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. It looks to me like they may, they're going to move it and wave it on down. So Ripley Tiger first down at the 39-yard line of the Chargers. So 1st and 10 Ripley with 11:50 to go in the ball game. Ripley trails 21-7. Ripley on the move. Hearn and Barbie split wide to the right. Taylor to the left. Smith takes a snap. He's just going to run it to his right. Starts outside, breaks it back to the inside, gets across the 35 down to the 34-yard line, about a 5-yard pickup. Maybe, this looks like about a 6-yard pickup. So it'll bring up 2nd and 4 with 11:15 to go in this ball game. Ripley trailing 21-7, but on the move. Barbie wide to the left. Hearn wide to the right. Showing blitz now. And they say he got offsides. So it was 2nd and 5 according to the scoreboard. That may be enough for a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. Let's see, depending on the spot, but flag came in on the near sideline, and it was offsides on the defense. They were showing blitz, and evidently he got across the line, and that does move the sticks. So that is a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down. Barbie split wide to the left. Hearn split wide to the right, along with Taylor. Smith takes a snap. He throws it out to Barbie. He's trying to juke his way around, but they're going to catch him. Well, he stays on his feet, but they're still going to catch him behind the line as forward. Well, Ripley's pushing, and they push him forward. Looks like he was going to lose about 2 or 3. Instead, he gains maybe a yard. Good job by the Ripley Tiger team assisting the runner, helping push that pile forward. That was Barbie on the catch. R.J. Barbie. And there, it looks like he picked up maybe a half yard. Well, we'll call it a yard. Second down and about 9, but he had about a 4-yard loss, it looked like, and the Tiger team came to his rescue. Wide outs to the left, one to the right. Big old Pitts lines up beside Smith, and they hand the ball to him. No, he pulls it back out. Smith, and he fumbles the ball, but gets back on it. That was Smith, and short gain, but the main thing was he kept the ball. He almost lost it, kind of did lose it, but came back on it and picks up a yard or so. They're going to call it 3rd down and 8 with 9:20 to go in this ball game. Ripley would like to put another score up right here and get back to within one score of Westview. 2 wide to the right. That's going to be Hurdle and Hearn. Barbie wide to the left. Smith takes a snap, but about the time it comes in, I think there's a flag, or at least play stopped. Oh, there's going to be they're going to make Hurdle come out, as evidently he had some equipment malfunction. So Terrence Hunter will come in and take his place. He's the wide out to the right. Smith takes a snap, drops straight back, looking to throw, chased out of the pocket, and he gets away. He was almost sacked in the backfield. He's still on his feet, and he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. He would have lost about 5 or 6 more. He got away from a couple of tacklers, but couldn't avoid them all, and so it's going to bring up 4th and long for the Tigers. It's going to be 4th and about 18 or so. 8 minutes and a half left in this ball game. Ripley going for it. 2 wide left, 1 to the right. 4th and 20. Smith takes a snap. He's throwing it. He's got a man downfield. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 8, Josh Hearn. It would have been a great catch if he'd come down with it. It was a great effort to start with, but just couldn't come down with it. He's nobody more upset about that than him. He really wanted that catch, and he made a great effort at it. Just couldn't come down with it. But the ball will go over on downs as we go just under the 8-minute mark. Score 21-7. Westview on top of Ripley with 7:50 to go in the ball game. Obviously, Ripley could use another turnover here, or 3 and out quickly. Another touchdown would just about put it out of range with the time that's left. Westview's going to have, well, don't see their wide outs yet. Haven't gotten into formation yet. Still some talk by the referees, and I guess they're about ready to start. Everybody in tight for Westview this time. Quarterback's going to take the ball himself and run off right tackle for about 3. They're just trying to eat clock up now with 7:53 to go in the game and up by 2 scores. Westview just trying to eat clock. The ball rest right at the 40-yard line. 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7. Westview going into the huddle now as they are trying to use all of their play clock. Eat up as much time as they can. Ripley needs a stop here, obviously. Everybody in tight. They've got 2 H-backs in the backfield. Quarterback's going to run it himself. He's hitting the backfield and almost brought down, stayed on his feet, and finally brought down by number 5, the All-State linebacker for Ripley, Taylor Carney. And it was hit before that. He kind of slipped away from him, but he loses back to almost the original line of scrimmage. We'll call it 3rd and 9 with 6:50 to go in this ball game. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Again, 22 seconds left on the play clock, and Westview milking that clock for all it's worth. Three wide right, 1 to the left for Westview. Back into the spread. And now they're trying to throw, and it's incomplete. Looks like he was going to, ball hit him in the hands right at the 50-yard line for enough for the first down, but it falls incomplete. So with 4th and 9, Martin Westview sends their punt squad on. With 6:32 to go in the game, they will punt the ball away to the Tigers, and Terrence Hunter goes back deep for Ripley to receive the kick. Westview's punter stands right about his own 25-yard line. Hunter stands at his 40. Here's the snap. He gets it away, and they're just going to let it hit, and it's going to take a Westview bounce down to around the 30-yard line, where it will go out of bounds at between the 30 and 31. So Ripley will have 6 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock to see if they can put a score up and come within one score of Westview here late in this ball game.
We'll have it 1st and 10. First down, Tigers.
Let's see, Ripley to the line. Haywood and Ripley, or Haywood and Covenant still 20-3, still showing halftime, and no updates yet. Ripley has 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Looking to throw. Smith wants to throw. Throwing long over the middle of the field, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Terrence Hunter, not by much. And he got a couple of steps on the defender, just couldn't quite make the connection. So it will be 2nd down and 10 as the clock stops with 6:15 on the play, or on the game clock. Not getting a lot of updates here after halftime. Most of the scores I got are still halftime scores. Don't have any third quarter scores yet. Ripley will have 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Smith takes a snap. He hands it to Pitts. Pitts rolls over the first couple and picks up 2 or 3 yards off the right side out to the 34-yard line. So about a 3-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 7 for Ripley. Just went under the 6-minute mark. Gleason 24, Perry County 0, McEwen 20, South Fulton 0. Ripley has 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Ripley will take a timeout, so we'll take a 30-second timeout with them and be back right after this. 5:33 to go in this ball game. Ripley trailing 21-7. They have the ball 3rd down and 7 at their own 34-yard line.
Tigers lining up after the timeout. 5 minutes, 33
It'll be 2
seconds.
wide to the left,
21-7.
1 to the right for Ripley. Pitts in the backfield with Smith. Smith takes a snap, drops straight back, wanting to throw. Looks to his left, now looks to his right, flushed out of the pocket. Wanting to run, now he's going to stop and throw the ball. It's complete to number 11. That's J.Q. Hurdles. He crosses the 50-yard line down to they're going to say right at the 50-yard line. But that's enough for a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger first down.
Ladies and gentlemen, is a Tiger first
So the
down.
ball spotted right at the midfield stripe. Ripley hustles up to the line. Barbie split wide to the right. Hurdle and Hearn to the left. Smith takes a snap. He hands it to, no, he pulls it back out from Pitts and runs himself and picks up about 9 yards in a scramble for the ball. I think he was down. He was down. No, maybe not.
Referee indicates fumble on the play, and that fumble was.
So I guess there was a fumble and it was turned over. It was a hard run, 2nd and 3rd effort. And ball came out, I guess. Haven't seen the indication of that. But it looks like Ripley will be going on defense with 4:59 to go in this ball game. Ripley with their far as I can remember, the first turnover of the game. Now, expect Westview to milk this clock again.
And they will center it for the first down.
It's 1st and 10, ball at their own 42-yard line for Westview. 2 wide right, 2 wide to the left. And they throw it out in the flat, and he tries to do a little loop around and get away from the defender and get behind his blocker, and he does pick up a yard, or well, he picks up a couple. The ball is going to be spotted at the 45-yard line, 46-yard line, where it will be 2nd and 4.
Second down.
3 wide left, 1 to the right for Westview. Chargers milking it, looking to throw out in the flat, and the quarterback's going to pull it down. Now he's under duress, and that should be intentional grounding again if the other one was, as he threw it to the Ripley coach. But it falls incomplete either way. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8, 3rd down and 7 for Westview.
3rd down.
4:11 to go in the ball game. Ripley trails 21-7. Ball will be at the 46-yard line.
Off again.
3rd and 7. Westview's down to 7 seconds on the play clock. 2 wide to either side. 4. And they get it off, and they just throw it into the flat, and he steps out of bounds. No, he did not get out of bounds. It'll be 4th down. 3:59 on the clock. Ball right at midfield. Ball right on the 50-yard line, near hash mark. And looks like the punt team is coming on, but I wouldn't guarantee that it would be a punt. And maybe they're just sending in a heavy, kind of a heavy package. It looks like that's what they're doing. They're going to go for it, which is what I would expect them to do with 3:30 to go in the game. So everybody in tight. It's just what like jumbo package. Hand the ball to the running back. He gets the first downs. He crosses the 45 and squirts out to the 42-yard line. And that's enough to move the sticks, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for Westview. Got to say, you know, the score was 21-0 at halftime. Ripley has not allowed Martin Westview to score a point in the second half, and Ripley has scored 1 touchdown. So Ripley definitely played a lot better in the second half. A lot of great adjustments at halftime, obviously. And got 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Quarterback takes snap, hands it off to his running back, number 8, and he is wrapped up after a 2-yard gain. He's going to be down at the 30, check that, to 42-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and 8. But the more important numbers at this point in time is 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in this ball game. Ripley trails 21-7. Westview, they're going to run this down close to about 2 minutes and 10 seconds before they have to snap the ball.
Clock is running at 2:30.
2 wide to either side. Here's a snap. Quarterback just a screen pass out in the flat, and he's brought down immediately by the quarterback for Ripley, number 2, Sammy Smith, and the ball comes out. They said it was down, and it may have been, but I sure was hoping it wasn't. But it's going to be 3rd down and about 13 with 2:07 to go in the ball game. Big 3rd down play for Ripley. The ball came out, and a Ripley player picked it up, and there's no one in front of him. Had it actually been a fumble, he could have ran it back in for a touchdown. So just like that, you can be back in the ball game. But that wasn't the play. So we're at 1:45 to go in the game, and about 6-7 seconds left for them to snap the ball, and they're watching the clock. And they're continuing to watch it, and they're going to take a delay of game, it looks like, on this play, or take a timeout right before delay of game. And that appears to be what they're going to do with 1:36 to go in this game. Westview takes a timeout. So not much time left. Again, remember, next Friday night, Ripley will be in Dyersburg taking on the Dyersburg Trojans. And coming into this game, Ripley was 4-4, and appears they're going to drop to 4-5. Westview was 6-2, and they will obviously go to 7-2. But what's one of the things that's impressive to me is Martin Westview beat Union City by 27 points. And, of course, Union City beat us pretty good. So, you know, Ripley has definitely played a lot. They're getting better as the season goes along. You know, obviously what you want to do is you want to peak right at playoff time, and hopefully that's what the Ripley Tigers are getting to do, because we've got a young team. But we've got a lot of sophomores that's been starting 2 years. So, you know, when you get to play a couple playoff games every year, you get almost another half season in. So hopefully our young men are maturing and getting better every week. I know they're getting better every week, and they're working hard. All right, it'll be 3rd and 12. Quarterback takes snap, wanting to throw. Looking long downfield. He's got one man, and he throws it in all the way onto the track, and it falls incomplete with 1:29. It'll bring up 4th down and 12 for Westview, and now it appears that the punt team will come on with 1:29 to go in this ball game.
4th down, 12.
Again, please come out and support the Ripley Tigers next week. A big thank you to Jason at the station for running the board. A big thank you to Steve Vickery for Tiger TV. And, well, I just drew a blank on his sideline helper. Here's the punt, and it's a low punt, and it hits. Ripley does cover it. It actually hit one of the Westview players in the head, in the helmet, basically. And Ripley had to get on it, and they did. Unfortunately, it's back around the 20-yard line. So Ripley will have 1 minute and 22 seconds left in this game to try to put up some more points. But again, Ripley's getting better. They played better than they have the last few games, other than last week, the game that they won. But a lot stiffer competition this week. So be sure to come out next Friday night if any way possible. And Mason, that was the young man's name, that Pulaski, that runs the sideline camera for Steve. And so a big thank you to Tiger TV for making these games available for people who can't make it to the game and maybe are busy on Friday night and can watch it the next day. Here's Smith. He takes a snap. He drops straight back. He's wanting to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to roll to his right. Got a lot of room in front of him. He throws long downfield and intended for Hearn, but it was overthrown and it falls incomplete, which there were 2 receivers, Hearn and Hunter, in the vicinity, and about 4 defenders. So that was probably about as good a place as you could throw it. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10, ball on the 17-yard line for Ripley. So got to give Ripley kudos for, you know, it'd be really easy to give up at halftime being down 21-0 and then come back and score a touchdown and keep them out of the end zone in the second half. Smith wants to throw. He throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete, and it was intended for Hunter, and he took a lick. And he gets up. It looks like he shook up just a little bit, maybe got hit in the arm, and stopped the clock with 1:07 to go. And he's going to check out of the game as his left arm looks like it's bothering him. He took a heck of a lick on it. So 1:07 on the clock. 21-7. Westview on top of Ripley. They take the snap. They hand it off to Big O Pitts, going off the right side, and he rambles for a 1st down. It's a Farm Bureau Insurance Ripley Tiger 1st down, and the clock stops to move the chains with 58 seconds to go in the game. The ball is going to be advanced out to the 20. Well, let's see. It looks like maybe there's a flag on the play. I didn't see one come out, but Ripley seems to be walking backwards. I was trying to see what the call was, but I haven't seen the white hat make an indication yet. But it's going to back Ripley up. They're going to be back close to the 10-yard line, it's going to be a legal procedure. So it'll be third down and about 17. Two wide to the left, one to the right for the Tigers. 58 seconds on the clock. Smith takes a snap, high snap, and he brings it down and he gives it to Pitts as he rambles forward, breaks the first tackle and the second tackle, and brought down eventually after he gets out of bounds. I believe, well, they must not got out of bounds because the clock is still rolling. And he picked up a nice chunk of yardage. Evidently, it wasn't enough for the first down. Looks like he picked up around 5, so it'll be 4th down and 5 to go with 30 seconds on the clock and about 20 on the play clock. Ripley would have to run one more play. And so that's going to pretty much do it. They'll run one play. Unless you can score 14 points on one play, I don't think we're going to come out of this one on top, but we came out of it and played a much better game. It's probably one of the better games we played since the first game of the season. And it's going to be a delay of game against Ripley with 7 seconds on the clock. The play clock ran out. They waited just a little bit too long to get that ball snapped. So Ripley will fall to 4 and 5, but still guaranteed a spot in the playoffs. They will either be number 3 or number 4, depending on what happens in Dyersburg next week. So as much as we wanted to win this game, we really need to win the game next week, a district game. So we will see how that works out. I was going to try to give you some updated scores if I could find some, but no one seems to have updated their scores since halftime. So Ripley will run one more play. They'll fall 21-7, it appears, to the Chargers. And this is a really good Charger team, a 6-2 team. And Ripley played with them. They have played with them tonight. Smith takes a snap. Throws to his right. Looking, he's going to throw one long downfield, and he's going to overthrow everybody. And it falls incomplete, and the clock runs out at the same time. So the final score here from Tiny Knee Stadium, Jim Fitzhugh Field, and Don Paris Press Box is 21-7. Remember, next Friday night, Ripley will be traveling to Dyersburg to take on the Trojans, the last game of this regular season. So be sure to come out and support your Ripley High School Tigers. And that's going to do it here from Tiny Knee Stadium. And we hope to see you next Friday night in Dyersburg. Good night and God bless.